Senator Baldwin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you to this panel. This is a really great opportunity. I want to start with Dr. Rudetsky. In your testimony, you described some of the risks associated with generative AI chatbots that prioritize user engagement over the safety or well-being of the individual. I heard from a constituent who shared a story with me that an AI chatbot had convinced her adult son that he had made a scientific breakthrough, although he had not. It resulted in an over 60-day stay at a psychiatric hospital. Dawn wrote to my office after this committee's hearing on the President's AI Action Plan, raising deep concern about efforts to deregulate artificial intelligence and create a regulatory sandbox. She wrote, "While they prioritize deregulation, my Wisconsin family has been destroyed." So I asked, Mr. Chairman, that the Wall Street Journal article telling this family's story be entered into the committee's record. I ask unanimous consent that the article be.
Without objection.
Thank you. Dr. Rudetsky, given all of your research, what would be the risks of giving AI companies waivers from federal or state rules or regulations?
Well, what worries me about all of the cases that have come out since generative AI has come to market is that there's case after case, which in the medical field, we would consider those sentinel events, where you need to suddenly stop using what you're doing, do a morbidity and mortality review, go to a root cause, and figure out what went wrong. You don't just keep releasing the same product. And so I'm worried that if we don't have laws where there is accountability and transparency, how are you training these models? What are your safety benchmarks? How are you responding when there is an adverse event like that? These are not going to be safe products. And the concerns are not just the relational concerns I talked about, but there's also the safety, giving bad advice, giving unsafe advice, the sycophancy, where you're kind of leading kids down a rabbit hole of different beliefs, and the sexual interactions as well. So we need many guardrails.
Thank you. I was listening with interest to Senator Hickenlooper's questions about American students gaining computer science skills, digital literacy skills, and of course, it's important for us to retain a global leadership in this regard. I heard your responses of, the best way is in an analog world to teach those skills, but how does one go about evaluating educational technologies, things that are purporting to be educational, you've researched how various apps that purport to be educational stand up to the science of learning criteria with very troubling findings. Let me start with Dr. Rudetsky. What can Congress do to help change the incentive system to favor quality content over manipulative content?
Some of this is about App Store design, too, where I think the most successful apps, the one that are downloaded the most, make these educational claims. They pack themselves full of ads. But there's really no transparency for parents to know what is high quality and what is not. And so I also think that having some rigorous third-party evaluation, so it's not evaluations by the company that is trying to promote the app, or software product for schools. And then there is the transparency for parents. If my child is using Dreambox software every day, I want to know that that has been tested, that it's going to improve his math skills, that it's not selling data to third parties, and that it doesn't have engagement prolonging designs that are going to make him want to use it for hours and hours every day.
Yeah. In this realm of educational technology, is there any country or region that's getting it right that we should be looking to?
No, you go.
Surprise, surprise, Scandinavian countries. Sweden has banned most ed tech for primary years and almost all ed tech for secondary as well. They start to bring it in high school years. Norway just followed suit, and Finland is now, I'm giving them about 2 months, they're gonna go on the way. They just looked at the data and they said, this ain't working, let's go back to learning. Whereas the rest of us look at the data and say, how can we make it work better? Man, I could ask you, how do I make anthrax better? Maybe the answer is you don't. You go back to not using it.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, that was weird. Sorry, y'all.